Please stand for the pledge. Pledge
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, good evening. Today is November 3rd, 2022. This is the Environmental Conservation Board. We have an agenda that we're going to follow. And the first item is a submission of an application or letter of permission. Applicant is Austin Bohm, 65 Hazel Hill Road, renovate existing house on same footprint. Is that you? You can approach the podium. Please state your name, who you are, what you want, and how we can help you.
Good evening. My name is Austin Bohm. I'm a resident of Mahopac, lifelong resident here. I purchased a property at 672 Union Valley Road through the county foreclosure auction in 2020. It's a property that's been deteriorating for 20 years in our neighborhood down the street from where I live. I'm hoping to renovate the existing structure, which is a two-bedroom residence, to a different two-bedroom residence that's more livable and, should we say, more modern compared to what's there now, but keeping the historic structure and keeping that historic theme as well. I'm here before you because the property does have an intermittent brook which runs through the property about 100 feet to the west of where the house is located. And in a conversation with Robert Laga in the environmental or the engineering department.
You mean Rich Franzetti? I'm Robert Laga.
Rich
Franzetti.
The engineer.
The engineer.
Give me your card then.
Oh, I don't have a card, but okay.
Okay, he has a card
I guess I
right
do
now.
now.
Just hand out your
I
card.
guess so.
yeah,
Could I have it?
Yeah, if you get 3 of them, you get a bowl of soup.
There you go. Well, anyway, for the building permit, I have to do parking spaces, and so I went to talk to him about that. He said, hey, you need to apply for a wetlands permit. So that's why I'm here today. I've been working with Beatty and Watson throughout the project. There's an existing septic system, which obviously needs to be renovated as well. It's non-functional. I've already received permission from the county and the state for that renovation. The permit has been issued. So now I'm here to leave. I need some permission from you guys.
Okay, would you like to walk us through your map there?
Yeah, sure. So as you can see, the property is directly fronted on the Valley Road. The majority of the acreage is up in the
Oh, yeah.
wooded area.
Grab the mic.
Oh, sorry. I'm a teacher, so I'm just projecting.
They can't project throughout
Yeah.
Mahopac.
Okay, here we go, Mahopac. So anyhow, it's a 3.5 acre parcel. The majority of it is wooded area up here. The residence, which is located less than 10 feet off of the road there, was originally built in 1760. It is still standing, most of it. As you can see, the septic system repair will be to the east of that. It's kind of an area kind of up and to the right of the house. And then there's currently kind of a driveway, like a dirt driveway there. So that's where the construction route will be for the project. Bordered in the dotted line is the stormwater prevention fencing limitation disturbance area.
Did you have this marked out for wetlands? Did you check the wetland
Yeah,
maps?
when the survey was done, they marked the wetlands boundary, and that's
So
it.
you're within the 100-foot buffer for this, correct?
That is correct, yes. A little more than half of a little bit less than half of the disturbance would be within that 100-foot buffer area.
Okay.
The footprint of the house is within the buffer area.
Okay. So what are you going to do as far as protecting the brook, and what are you going to do about what are you going to do in the wetland?
There's nothing that's happening in the wetland, so it's all within the buffer zone.
So let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
From the blue line there up to the 100-foot marker for the wetlands, that's the wetland? So everything past that is non-wetland?
Okay, yes.
Well, that's the buffer.
That's the
so
buffer.
that's
This is not wetlands. There isn't actually wetlands. It's just a brook
Right.
that runs through.
So
It
the
has
wetlands are on the other side? Where are the wetlands? So why is?
He doesn't have any wetlands.
I don't have any
It's
wetlands.
It's just a brook.
The brook
It's
is.
just a,
Yeah.
it's a
Does it
brook.
flow all the time, or
No,
is
it's
it?
intermittent. It's dry right now, as an example.
It is?
Yeah.
We just had some rains too.
It ran for like a day after the rains. It'll run for like a day after the rain, but it's dry pretty much from June or July onward. There's a neighbor above me who has a pond he's kind of, I think, over time dammed it, so that's why it doesn't flow, but it's intermittent.
Got it.
And how are you going to take this house down?
Well,
Portion that you're taking down.
there's concrete blocking, which is in the back part right now, that will be demolished,
How?
excavated out
With a machine?
with a machine, yes. The same people who I'm having doing the septic installation will do that concurrently, so that can all be done, all the excavation can happen.
Did you address you have silt fence going in?
Yes, we have rolled erosion control on the, like up here on the hill, and then the silt fencing, as you can see here, the orange construction fence.
Well,
Yes.
that's
The
silt
hash
fence.
mark, where's the rolled erosion control going?
It's where the purple,
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Oh, it is purple. What do you know?
you see, it's like kind of like a little purple,
Yeah, I see that.
purple
I like that.
dotting.
I like that a lot. We don't see too much rolled erosion control.
All right, so they're gonna dig your septic with a machine, they're gonna take down the concrete foundation with a machine. Where are you gonna store the machine?
On the area, the proposed construction route right there.
Okay? And where are you gonna refuel it?
Sweet.
It would have to go off-site to be refueled, because there's not a place that it could be refueled there.
Well, I'm just saying, because usually you would isolate, you would show on the drawing.
Okay.
Refueling area, outside the buffer,
Add a note to it.
you can add a note to the
Okay,
drawing.
let me definitely just add that in.
Fueling, no, fueling.
Okay, so there's a couple notes you're gonna have
Okay,
for refueling. The other thing is, at night, when they park your machine at night,
okay,
it has to be parked outside the wetland buffer
okay,
on 6 mil poly. So you basically roll out the 6 mil poly, you drive the machine on, let it sit there. All
Plastic
right?
sheeting.
Plastic sheeting.
okay. And have that marked on the plan as well.
Yeah. You
Okay.
you don't
And
have to mark, you don't have to necessarily mark where that is, as long as you make a note on like your,
Yeah, just as a reference, like, let's say we're talking about above the construction route
Yeah,
there,
yeah.
that would be a good spot for that.
that's fine.
Yeah,
On your-
also a spill kit.
It's in
He's
here.
got that 0.5. You can add that, the no parking and buffer and on 6 mil poly for overnight into 0.4, your vehicle maintenance part here, where it says all on-site vehicles will be monitored for leaks and receive regular preventative maintenance, blah, 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 no leakage, repairs. You can add in there, or as its own little note, no fueling and buffer, no parking and buffer overnight, and it must be on 6 mil poly.
So just to clarify, add no fueling in the buffer, no parking in the buffer, and all parking will be outside the wetland buffer on 6 mil poly.
Correct.
Yeah.
But he has a note here for spill prevention and
Spill
response.
prevention and response.
Doesn't have a spill kit.
Spill kit, the spill is not, you're right. I don't see
You
it.
need to add a spill kit.
Spill kit?
Location of where the spill kit is.
Or a note indicating it will be near the construction site at all times, something like that.
Now, are you building within the same footprint, the area you're demolishing?
That's correct.
So if it's 10 by 20, you're putting back a 10 by 20.
Oh, silt fence, I see it.
Do you have any photographs?
I have on my phone
Oh,
back then.
That's good. Ed likes pictures.
I like pictures.
I don't know what the silt fence, I see it here, silt fence there.
Here and here.
That's
How
the
old did you
uphill?
say the
Does
house
this
was?
go downhill
The
this way?
original house was constructed in 1760.
That's this way.
Yeah.
It's up here like this.
So you can see that concrete foundation was added in the 1950s in the back.
Uh-huh.
And the
Oh, I
original
see.
house here was the historic structure.
Are you taking down any trees?
Yes,
How many trees?
I would say, there's like, I think, maybe
Is it for the septic?
No, there's 2 or 3 probably right here.
And
Yes.
you-
Just provide a note of how many you're
Okay.
taking
Yeah.
down.
Is it necessary to take them out or optional?
Probably optional.
Oh, okay, so,
Then I'll leave it on, I guess that makes it easier.
If you want to just put a note on the drawing that you're going to remove 2 or 3 trees, that's it. It doesn't require.
it doesn't require a permit.
Nope.
yeah.
Sorry, I purchased another right here.
You have a stockpile location? Are you doing any grading? I guess that's a question. So I assume that you will be doing that for the septic?
It'll be returned to the current grade after any excavation.
Got it. So are you removing fill then? Or are you using fill from on site? You bringing in any new fill?
I wasn't planning, it wasn't told that I needed any new fill from the septic planner. So I guess I would have to remove whatever fill is coming out, so I'll add a note about that.
Well, so removal of fill, unless you're gonna have a stockpile, like
This
if
is
they
the way it
dig
looks
it and then they
now.
need to keep it somewhere on site before they cart it away, if they're not just putting it in, then you'll need to show a space on here of like where are you gonna keep this stockpile? Because then a stockpile needs to have, as you have soil stockpiling detail already on here, just the location of where that will take place if it does. The other thing is a note on your drawing indicating a stockpile location, but also you need a note in here that if you bring in any fill, you need a certificate of clean fill. If it's within the buffer. So it doesn't look like for instance, for your septic system, it's not in the buffer. We don't need that. But if you end up doing any sort of grading where you bring in fill that wasn't on the site already, within the buffer, you'll need a certificate saying that this is clean fill, not, hazardous waste fill or whatever. It's coming from a random place.
This is kind of dry.
Yeah, this is good. Oh,
Wow.
Oh, okay.
oh, it's a small.
Super small.
Okay.
But again, as you can see, there's the concrete block in the back there. That's what's gonna have to be removed as I'm demolished.
Okay. You will need a note on your construction sequence. Two notes actually. One prior to, after installation of erosion control, so that would be your rolled erosion control as well as your silt fence. You'll need to have the wetlands inspector come and check them and give you the okay. So that's just same, that's the guy you talked to, Rich Franzetti, he's upstairs. Give the building department a call after you've installed the erosion control measures. He comes out, says you're good to go, it's where I expected, and then you can start work. Then at the end of the work, before you remove the erosion control measures, you have to call up again, he comes and checks, make sure the site is how we expect it to be within the buffer, and then you can remove them out when he's fine. So just two notes in there, or after you've installed the erosion control measures and before you remove them.
Just to clarify again, just to read back, so a note on the construction sequence that the wetlands inspector will inspect before as a pre-inspection and afterward as a post-inspection.
Yep.
That's it. Oh, I didn't review. Do you have so you said you purchased the property, do you have a deed
I
that
do,
you
it's
provided?
file.
it's included in the file there, or it should be.
Right here.
I have another copy if you need one.
No, we got it right here. You actually submitted two, thank you. Awesome, great, 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 great.
Your scope here,
Yes.
you don't need a SWIP, because you're not disturbing more than 5,000 square feet.
I believe that.
I know you went,
I think, I do think that the proposed maximum disturbance, as shown on here, is 9,190 square feet for the total project. So I don't know.
but that's the total
does seem
project, you're not digging up the whole
No.
area.
And not whole.
I didn't know if that was.
You know,
put
and
in.
when you say disturbance, it's basically excavating. So
Okay.
if, again, you take down the 10 by 20, you dig a foundation for that, or you dig a slab, that's 200 square feet. Then your septic, you're gonna have another couple of hundred. Check the math
Yeah.
for what you have in terms of disturbance.
Okay.
Meaning excavation, putting pipes in the ground, because you're digging a 2-foot trench. That's what you have to look at.
Okay.
That's not, the area that you're showing us, the 9,000 square feet, is basically your area of work, I guess, but you're not disturbing 9,000
No,
square
no.
feet. So you may want to fix that note on the drawing.
Okay.
You do in your NOI for coverage, stormwater general permit for construction activity here,
Yeah.
have an answer on the MS4 SWIP acceptance that says, Is this project subject to the requirements of regulated traditional land use control MS4? You did indicate yes on here, but I don't think he needs it, as you were just saying.
Again, I was gonna say, I didn't file that form, it was my engineer, Beatty Watson, who told me I needed this SWIP.
Okay.
Which is why I then found out I needed to do the wetlands permit, so if that's filed incorrectly, I can obviously.
Well, you definitely need the wetlands permit, I'm just not sure that you need the SWIP, as Bob was saying, as the chairman.
Yeah, again, if you,
To
it's
clarify-
only disturbance. It's disturbance, it's not
Where's the-
the area of work, because you're only limiting your area to the septic fields, the septic tank, and the back of the foundation. You're not touching the, and that's the only area within this, within the buffer. It doesn't matter, though, on a SWIP is anything over 5,000 square feet.
Total.
But you're not digging up the driveway now, are you? You're just doing the house, and you're just doing the septic.
Correct.
What is the proposed construction route?
So there's currently like a dirt road there,
Yeah.
but I think that they have, in order for vehicles to be able to travel up it, they need to put in some rock.
Yeah, they need to strengthen that, right?
So that's, I believe, what that is.
But why are they needing, is that how they're bringing trucks up that way and then they're gonna do the demolishing
Yes,
from up
that's
there?
That's how the trucks would get up
It's
there
kind
and
of
do
far away.
all of the excavation.
Got it, okay,
Because if you look in front of the house,
yeah.
there's a stone wall that goes all the way across. It's also a retaining wall.
I see.
that leads all the way over, so was hoping not to disturb that historic kind of stone wall.
If you end up having to submit a SWIP, and a full SWIP, you'll have to submit that to us as well, once you get it.
And it has to go to the town engineer.
Right, for
For approval.
So the contingency I'll check on, just to clarify, is it disturbing over 5,000 square feet?
right.
If it is, then I will go the route of the SWIP and see you again for that, and if not, then
Right.
I'll just continue with.
It's what you're
wetlands.
disturbing.
Okay.
Other than that, I got nothing else.
You got anything? When are you looking to do this project?
As soon as possible. I mean, obviously, the next step after this is still to get a building permit in order to move forward, so.
Were you trying to get it done this year, or?
I put on the application there, it's gonna take 2 years, because I
Okay.
don't believe that I can complete it within 1 calendar year.
Great.
Seated in the audience is my main construction partner, my father, who at one time also built a house, took down this foundation, and we built it and live in it right now, so.
What kind of a septic system is going to be put in or
I can
repaired?
answer that question for you.
What? So are you there?
1,000-gallon precast concrete septic tank with 6 arc 24-inch infiltrators.
Okay, thank you. Then, all right, standard system.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a 2-bedroom house.
Yeah, wanted to find out if it was enhanced or not, yeah.
I don't know, so am I?
No,
is
it's
it-
all right, standard system is
Okay.
fine. If you have the right conditions, they're the best, actually.
The protest-
Cheapest.
I mean,
So this is what we're gonna do. Today, you have your notes.
Yep.
Make the changes.
I'm sorry, 1,000-gallon tanks, I think 1,200 is what they want now. You should check that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's what the state and the county approved, the county board of health.
The 1,000,
They already-
okay,
yeah.
all right, okay.
You got 1,000. And it's concrete, which is the best.
as good as gold.
Yeah, you're right.
It costs as much as gold.
You're not too far off. I mean, there's a lot of stuff here. It's minor stuff. Do you think you can answer all these questions and get stuff back to us by Monday?
SWIP is the tough one, I mean, I don't know.
But he doesn't know.
It just depends on when I call Beatty tomorrow. I mean, I don't know if he's gonna be able to do it tomorrow, but end of day Monday, is that what you mean, or like by Monday?
No, at Monday,
Monday,
Monday?
yeah.
I think we can make that happen.
before 4 o'clock,
I think we can make that
because
happen.
then it would have to be advertised.
I will say though, if he needs to actually get a SWIP to us,
I'd like to know, yeah, I mean,
then
obviously.
you'll have to come back before us with that, because that.
Okay, so why don't you do
changes
me a
it.
favor? Just, listen, you're
I'm
just,
I'm not in a huge rush, so
if you can wait till the next meeting, give me the stuff that
2
you need
weeks.
for the next meeting, which is 2 weeks,
Okay,
and then we'll go through it.
sounds good.
All right?
Yeah, the SWIP is the only big, like, all the rest of these things are some notes that you can add. You could theoretically even add them all as just an addended letter that you submit to it. You don't have to
Okay.
necessarily make changes on the plans unless you want to. but the SWIP is a big one.
It's the area of disturbance,
Okay. Good.
all right? Good luck.
I appreciate your help and clarifications.
Boy, your students will be proud of you. What? Okay, let me have all the toys back. Take care, fellas.
Have a good one.
Yep.
Yep.
Okay, a couple meeting minutes. October 6th, we were all present. So do I have a motion to accept the meeting minutes for October 6th, 2022?
I'll make that motion.
I'll second that motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, next is October 20th, 2022. Ed Barnett cannot vote. So do I have a motion to accept the meeting minutes of October 20th, 2022?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. So with that, we have nothing else on the agenda. So do I have a motion to close the meeting?
I'll make that motion.
Do I have a second?
I'll second that motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you, everybody. Good night. Have a nice weekend, and don't forget to get out and vote. Thank you.